Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We back. We live for another Sunday. Nice, magnificent, beautiful Sunday with some basketball truth and knowledge. My other co-host will be on shortly, but he won't be on for that long. But we got a nice juicy topic. A lot of stuff going on.
Yep.
A lot of new teams stepping up on the plate in this 2025 NBA season.
Yes, sir.
But one thing about it is we got a new set the stage real quick. So we gonna cover that soon. But for right now, we're gonna get into our our favorite sayings called saying our segment. That's where we discuss anything like anything that's on the table, and then after we do our segment, we go right into the big stuff. We get into talking to more about the actual thing. But with all being said, I am your co-host Aramis,
CP.
and let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
All right. So Uncle Ramon, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, my uncle, he will be on and think about in a few minutes. But he won't be on for that long because he's obviously doing something right now, which is fine. So um, we gonna cut right into the OGs real quick. So like KD, Westbrook, Curry, and LeBron has not been playing right now, but he is. We covered that last show that LeBron James is back into doing like full court workouts, like just trying to get himself warmed up in his return. Um, he actually has been doing G League practices. He's been practicing with the G League players a little bit. That's what he was doing. So he trying to get himself, you know, back in order so that he can, come back on the floor and participate and be able to help out Luca and everybody else. And it seems that Luca is, he's finding his shine. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about just how Luca's been playing so far without LeBron? Like he's playing by himself. So how do you feel about that?
Best in the league right now.
Best in
You
the
know what I'm
league?
saying? I don't think no one's playing better. I mean, you got Shea, you got Wimby, you got all these other guys. I just think Luca is shining the brightest right now. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, for Pete's sake, the guy just got his ex. He's shining so hard that his ex team
Hmm.
fired the dude that traded him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how hard he balling right now. So where he made
Yeah.
his ex team fire the general manager that traded him to LA. So
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, it seems like he's getting all those guys to mesh right now. That team's coming together. It's perfect for LeBron. It's what he's been wanting since he damn near went to LA. You know, everyone's
He
talking
wanted
about
a true, yeah, yeah. He wanted a
yeah,
true like star on the
star,
team.
true star, and someone to take
Hmm.
over, all the other stuff that comes with that.
Exactly.
LeBron's 42 almost. You know what I mean? He don't. People are
Yeah,
like, LeBron's not locked in because they see him on a podcast or streaming and all this and that. No, he's
yeah,
very
yes,
locked in.
he not locked in. He,
He, he
yeah,
don't need to be locked in. He's LeBron James.
with
He
LeBron
sit
James.
back when he's healthy. He'll come, and I actually think he's finally enjoying this stage of basketball. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Hey Luca, this your team. You take it over. You get these young guys to going. This your voice. I'm completely pretty much stay out the way. You know what I mean? And he started doing that with Luca last year when Luca got there.
Hmm.
And of course, you got your naysayers. They're like, "Oh, LeBron's just this. LeBron is just finally doing what people said he needed to do, and he's passing over the team and enjoying life and coming back and probably gonna do LeBron things, and they'll have a chance to win the chip if everyone stays healthy.
Yeah, because I was just thinking that too. despite how LA's run has been, like if you look at 2020, no, I'll probably say 2019,
Right.
where where LeBron was still with, no, I think at that time LeBron was either with Cavs or he was with LA.
Yeah, he's with LA. He's with
Yeah,
LA.
okay, yeah. So, oh, that's right. Because 2018 he was with the Cavs and then
Yeah.
he left to go
Yeah.
in. Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's with
yeah.
LA.
So when you look back to where 2019 LeBron, he was just kicking in with LA, and then and then you go into 2020. There were some conversations about AD going to join LeBron. You
Right.
know, um, So and then you had that duo, and then you end up picking up Danny Green, picking up Rajon Rondo,
Right.
and then you had Alex Caruso that was just come out of his first year in the
Right.
league, playing with LA, and then you had a few other pieces. Oh, and you started adding like J.R. Smith to the team
Yeah.
a little bit. You
Yeah.
started,
Championship play. Hey, they even had Dion Waiters on that team. They went back
yeah,
and
they
got
did,
Dion
they did, and
Waiters.
then when you progress and going into 2020. It was just on the road. Them
Right.
going, them playing in the bubble.
Yeah.
Is
They were
like
hot.
the regulation was a little different than the NBA, but it was still it, huh?
I said, no, I was just saying they were hot. They were hot.
Yeah,
They were a very
yeah.
hot team going into that season.
hmm
And
and then they ended up winning a chip, and then after that everything just went downfall because our players, like Rajon Rondo, he couldn't play anymore, so he ended up retiring. He's now
right.
a assistant practice person with the Milwaukee Bucks, so he's practicing with a lot of the players, stuff like
Right.
that. And then Danny Green, he's not playing anymore. He's retired. Boogie,
Dwight Howard.
oh yeah, yep, I
Dwight
forgot.
Howard.
Yeah, Dwight Howard was a part of that. Yeah, Dwight Howard was
Yeah,
a
he's a
part of
big
that.
part of
He
that
ended up
team.
Yep, he ended up disappearing from the team. He's out the league.
JaVale McGee.
Yep, JaVale McGee.
Because remember,
I
they
think
they stopped Jokic that year together, them two. They put it on Jokic. But yeah, they
they was
kind of
putting
dismantled that.
what's his name? They was putting McGee and Howard on Jokic because
Yeah,
because McGee was a really good defender and so was Howard. But
right.
the thing is about it is that Howard was much stronger and more bigger, and he had more physical strength than McGee. But McGee was able to stop
Yeah,
Jokic at that time,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Howard was
Shot
that
blocker,
dude.
shot blocker.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But then,
that team was good. And I don't know, for this current team, man. I know it's early in the season, but
yeah,
I
it's
enjoy
early.
these young guys. Looking at these youngsters come together. And if we're just talking about the Lakers, if we branch out to the Lakers, uh, I mean, DeAndre, have you noticed what DeAndre Ayton's been doing? He's been actually balling like the number one pick he was.
Yeah, I
Uh,
actually seen their game. When was the last time they? I think it was yesterday. I was watching them yesterday. They're playing. They were playing Milwaukee. Um, and then hold on. I mean, I can pull up the stats for that game.
But he's been balling, man. Everyone laughed, because he hadn't really
hmm
lived up to his potential. I mean, and so he's coming along, man. He's fitting right in with the Lakers, and
Yep.
he's a
Yep.
big part of what they're doing right now.
Yep. LA won 119-95 against Milwaukee. Where's A? A had 20 points, 10 rebounds, two steals, one block. He was 9 for 13 from the field goal, shooting 10% from the field goal. He's 0 for 4. I don't know why he was shooting threes, but he's
But
two for
yeah,
two.
that's today's league, you know that.
Yeah, that is his. He had 2 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, 1 turnover. So yeah, that dude was balling, and then Luca had 41, nine
Yeah,
rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Reeves had 25, and then The bench did good too. Like don't connect. Easy
Yeah,
nine. Jackson
yeah.
Hayes easy 10. Vanderbilt. He had a decent. I mean, he ain't played that much, but Marcus Smart is injured. So but I mean,
Bronny
like
James. Nah.
actually, Bronny James, he had one offensive board.
The Prince.
He had one rebound, one assist, one steal. He's still trying to break through his season. I feel like Bronny is gonna be. I feel like he just needs to find his role. I feel like he needs to hurry up and find his role on the court now, because if he's gonna keep pulling these kind of, like, it is early, but he needs to find his role now. He needs to be able to take the shots that he feel like is comfortable for him. He needs to be
Right.
comfortable in the shots. He needs to be more confident that he can make the shot.
Yeah.
He's smart.
This is
I mean,
development. I mean, it's
Aaron is,
coming.
yeah,
It's coming. I mean, I mean, he's literally like the 11th or 12th man on the bench. So, I mean, but when he gets in, he brings the energy. I feel Bronny can be at least a 10-year vet in the league, just off,
that's what I'm saying.
just off energy. He has a damn good shot. IQ. He can run an offense. And just hustle. You know what I mean? So I think he'll be one of those guys for about 10 years in the league at least. And but he's finding this. I think he's developing with the Lakers quite nicely. Actually, when he gets in there, it's not about points with him right now. You know what I mean? It's about
I
playing like
get
last
that.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
You
had a
gotta be more
nice.
careful with your. You gotta be careful with your shots, because at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
it's not
like like think about it, because a lot of stars make bad shots, and then
right,
they look at that and like, oh, I made a bad shot. That's on
right,
me, and so you can't really get too mad at it, but just know that is a lesson learned, that don't take those kind of shots unless you know those are the right shots you want to
right,
make.
right.
And that goes to my next point. When you move forward to Russell Westbrook, like a guy like that would take shots necessary if it's necessary. Like
Yeah, if
like
it's
with him
necessary.
right now, he's averaging another triple double. Now this is the Russell we've all been waiting for.
Yeah,
We've all wanted to see, because this takes back to two teams he's been on, the Wizards and OKC. But
right.
this is giving me Wizard vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
He
He
was
was
with the
balling with the
Wizards,
Wizards.
playing with Bradley Beal and
Yeah,
and a few other stars on that team. Daniel Gafford, like that was the one time he was like, he felt free.
right,
He can dish the ball, he can
right,
dunk the ball, he can shoot. He was averaging at least 20 points, maybe about maybe. He may throw a little bit of a 30 ball, maybe. He may give you 15. He may give you 12 rebounds, or like 14 assists. He was a triple double king. Because mind you,
right,
I'm sure
right.
and I'm sure all the all the OGs know that Oscar Robinson was the man
Triple,
then.
yeah, triple
Yeah, he
double
yeah
king.
he was triple double king. But
Like
then
growing up, that's all I heard about. He was done playing, but that's all I heard about growing up. Like the triple double was like a mythical thing. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And
yeah,
I
and then
never saw
yeah,
Oscar Robertson play, but you just hear about it. You know what I mean? Until a lot of people Magic, but when Russell Westbrook came in, he turned it into a whole like a thing. You know what I mean?
exactly, and yeah, and when I saw, because we never thought that the records would be broken.
Right,
Let's just put it as that way. When players started coming in at around 2010, 2003, 06, 07, 12, 14, whatever,
right,
they started coming in and they all fresh. They all fresh and
right,
everything. Nobody knows about them. They know they came into the draft, and then that was that. They were in the rankings of ESPN, and they're playing AA teams, whatever. But nobody knows that the records will be broken at this point. And then when you fast forward throughout years, You know, you got LeBron breaking records. You know, you got Curry breaking
Right.
the 3 point shooting. He's ahead of Reggie Miller right now. You know, and then you got Russell Westbrook, who is a know triple double.
The
He, he
king.
passed he passed Oscar Robinson, which we thought that that his record
Never
would
happened.
never be broken. And a lot of people thought that there's not going to be another person that's going to break it until he came along and started, started doing his
Start doing
thing.
this thing.
Honestly, I never knew what to expect of a Russell because Russell was a aggressively player. You know, he liked
Yeah.
to,
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's an aggressive player always. You
yeah,
know what I
because
mean? But then, once KD left,
he
left
became a monster.
OKC, he had a lot more responsibility that he had to do. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And so that's how he got pretty much got to far as, having to get the triple doubles, having to get more rebounds,
Yep.
having to put an onus on more assists, scoring, of course. And once that happened, once he left there, it was that's what it was about. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
generally had to do more, and then once he started doing it, then the rest. You know what I mean? He ain't stopped yet. He's still doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Because
okay,
because
still
I
doing it.
yeah because I actually got a chance to watch him play against us, and he just felt comfortable. He literally felt comfortable at a point where he can shoot he can shoot a jumper and he could just make it.
Man,
Now
listen,
now
he's
now
playing with.
here's the difference between being a role player and being just a consistent player because
Right.
the way how Russ is right now, he wasn't like this when he was playing with the Denver Nuggets or he was playing
Yeah.
with the Clippers or he was
Right.
playing with the Lakers. You know, he wasn't that player where he can just go out and give you a triple double every single night. He can't do
No,
that
he
anymore
he
because he was
wasn't able to play free. You know what I
exactly
mean?
because he was that role player
Yeah.
that coaches wanted him to be.
Right.
You can't make a player be a role player if they weren't always like that because you gotta
Right.
understand like
It's hard.
having having a guy like Russ play with LeBron, who LeBron is like he needs the ball in his hands sometimes too. So the
Right.
fact that he has to be a role player and make sure that the ball is being distributed to each player on that court. And think about it, Russ gonna give LeBron the ball every single time they go down the court because LeBron is the main one the ball who he's supposed to distribute the ball. But then when
No,
he
they
has
didn't.
his team, he can, act out and be himself, and that was with the
Right.
Kings. So
Yeah, that's perfect. Like he's playing free, and when I seen that he was signing with Sacramento, that's kind of what I said to myself. I was like, oh yeah, what I mean. He gets to go there. He gets to be Russ. He gets to play free. You know what I mean? And
mhm.
these results, I mean, I didn't know he's gonna play this damn well,
I
but
didn't either. Not actually.
but I mean, but he's balling, and I'm happy for him. He might not get a ring, you know what I mean? But he'll go out eventually, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Being
I can
Russ,
actually look up his because what I think he was hold on, let me see. Because right now his career assist is 10,000. Russ has reached 10,000 career assists, only the eighth player in NBA history. And if you go to his where's his stat line right now he so Russ as a starter this season he's averaging 21.3 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 8.8 assists a game. His field goal percentage is 53%.
okay,
His 3 point percentage went up 46%, and his
okay.
free throw percentage is 91. What have you
What?
ever seen Russ with a 91 free throw percentage?
And look, Russ is out there feeling comfortable. There's no pressure on him. You know what I mean? Sacramento's not. It's kind of like when he went to Washington, like you said. It's giving you Washington vibes because
Hmm.
this is a team that like making the playoffs is just like winning a championship for them, right? Meaning, if you just keep consistently making the playoffs in Sacramento, that's a big deal, right? So it's not pressure to win a championship. It's not pressure to prove nothing. It's just
Hmm.
like ball out. And as long as you just keep balling out and playing competitive, the crowd's gonna love you. No one's gonna turn against you. You in Sacramento, they're just looking for competitive,
Yeah,
fun basketball to watch. And like I said, if they get to the playoffs, that's even better. Again, kind of like
yeah,
the whole Washington thing. That's a win for a franchise like that.
yeah, yeah. That's what I and then I heard you. I heard you were saying something about that he may not get a ring, which is valid because and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Even if you don't get a ring, okay.
Right,
Let's say he somehow takes the Kings to the playoffs.
right.
When was the last time Kings been in the playoffs? Since they had De'Aaron Fox and
Right, right. That's why
Sabonis.
I say it's no pressure. Like, so it's like
There's no
he he
pressure.
he can go out there and ball out, and like there's no really expectations. Like, even if they don't make the playoffs, I mean, yeah. But if you out there being entertaining to the Sacramento crowd, and like I say, he gets to be Russ. It's no big media market waiting for him after the game. Like, hey, with all these pressurized questions,
Hmm.
it's none of that. It's just like, man, that people are getting a chance to look at his game again
Exactly.
and appreciate him. And like I said, that's why I say he might not get a ring, but that's okay. I mean, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. Uh, he's played great basketball. He's been in the finals. He's done all that individual awards. So if you're not going to win a ring and you're a player of his status, I mean, like I said, he could. Who knows? Anything could happen. But let's say you don't. This is the next best thing, if not the best thing, even if you have a ring, to kind of go out on your own terms, and that's how he's going out. You know what I mean? Whether it's this year, whether it's next year, right now he's going out on his own terms because it was a question of not if he was going to retire. You know what I'm saying? These past
Yeah.
couple of years, so even a player that wins a ring don't always get a chance to like go out how they want to on a good appreciation type last year or two. You know what I mean? And that's what Russ is getting out of this. He's on a team at least
Mhm.
this year to where we're appreciating his hustle and his game again. And we know he's an older player, so we're not looking, and it's even better because we're not really looking for this type of game out of him because of his, being an older player. Like, everyone see these players now, Aramis, that's 35, 36, 37, 40. You know what I mean? And this is in all sports, but especially like the NBA, and they think everyone is playing that late. You know what I mean? No, dudes are not. Everyone's not. That's only a handful of dudes playing past that age. You know what I mean? Everyone's not playing like, man, back in the day, it's 80s, 90s. I mean, dudes would play. If you played 10 years, you know what I mean. It was like most dudes were done playing by like 32, retired. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Like
Yeah.
retired. Like even great players. It wasn't no like when I mean even I remember when Jordan was like 36 on his last championship with the Bulls, and it just seemed like wow, he was really old, you know
Didn't
what I
he
mean?
retire at the age like at the age of 40 or something like that, or was he like in his
Who Jordan?
early?
Well, he won that last championship with the Bulls. He was 36, and bro,
Okay, so he was 36 won his last one.
and everybody thought at the time like that was old back then. Like if you were winning this shit, like it was like
Mhm.
whoa. And then he retired. Then he came back
So
to
he
the
made a
championship.
difference. It doesn't matter how old you are, you can still play as long as
Right,
you
but
feel like you can
as long
keep
as you can
going.
still. But now it's like that's why I say going back to Russ, having an appreciation for a guy, and Steph right along, and all the KD and all these other players of that age as well. To see all these guys balling like that is crazy, because that's what makes me seeing the old days like 80s and 90s and stuff like that. How guys were done, and guys weren't even playing this age. So I appreciate what he's doing at this age, along with your LeBrons and your Stephs. I mean, Steph out there cooking cats like he 20 years old. You know, so
Mhm.
I mean, man. So yeah, man. Again, just to wrap that point up, I'm glad for Russ that he's balling. He seems happy. And looks like he'll get to go out on his own terms with respect. Whether it's this year, whether it's next year, who knows.
Yep. Let's move forward to James Harden. We know James Harden is back in the building with
Balling.
his stats. Let's look up his stats right now. Let's go to basketball reference. That's where I can pull up his stat line. So basketball reference. Yep. James Harden. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. In the last 5 games, now before I even read off his games that of how many had these games, James Harden. We all know how James Harden was when he was with OKC. It was dynamic trio. It was him, KD, and Russ. And then when he left OKC to go join the Rockets, that dude was a walking bucket. He would give you 40,
Prime, hey,
50,
prime,
60,
bruh, prime
10
James
rebounds,
Harden.
maybe get you about like 14 assists. Maybe that dude was a walking bucket, bro.
Man, listen, prime James Harden changed the game.
Yo, can
People don't
you
like
tell the
to.
fans? Can you tell the fans how your Rockets team used to give my Warriors a problem each time we ran it? Every time we
Bro,
ran to each
listen,
other, dog. That
James
was a
Harden.
movie, man. Like, tell them how Rockets was, man.
Well, because you know what, James Harden, of course, he was there. He was the MVP. And prime James Harden, man, listen, prime James Harden, like I say, changed the game. All them step backs and stuff you see now, prime James Harden brought that back in there. Even though they did step backs back in the '90s too, but it wasn't just the way James brought it in and ushered it in. Now, even I saw something where Gillis Alexander, the current MVP of the league. I saw where he said something, or Blaster, of course, said something to where like he was when he was younger and he seen James Harden, the MVP James Harden, and start doing that step back, and he just couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? And it kind of like motivated him, and for as like and he even said it. He was like that changed the game. That step back, the way he does it, the way it's
Yeah,
ushered in now in the NBA into the game. You got to give Prime James Harden some credit. I mean, Prime James Harden would put 50 on you, like shooting from the. I mean, it was a
he
debate
wasn't
at the.
giving you no cool calm 20, 25. That nigga
No,
was dropping 35, 40. The
I mean,
man
hey,
wasn't
he
it one
was.
game where he dropped 60?
Bro, he was dropping cats too. I'm talking about with
He
his
was dropping that
handles,
ball right into the
step
rim, bro.
backs, and man, and at the time, shooting wise, it was him and Steph.
It
Cause
was
James
him
was
and
pulling
Steph
from damn
going
near
at
the
it. Yeah, it
logo
was
with five
definitely him
people
and
in his
Steph.
face. He'll do a step back, five people in his face, pull from the logo,
He
cash.
couldn't guard Harden,
Oh,
and then
cash.
Curry was just think about it. That whole run, each time that they met up in the finals, conference finals, it was always them two going at it.
Yeah, cause
And
James,
and, and respectfully, nobody could guard Harden and nobody could guard Curry. So that made the best matchup. And
yeah,
those two always with the game 7. And I always gave respect to Harden and the Rockets because, dude, like I was even shocked for Harden's season because I'm like, damn. Each time I would go on ESPN, I'm like, Harden scored 40 points.
boy, it was cooking people.
Each night, each night he scored 40. What the
50,
hell?
50-point triple doubles. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm seeing. That,
Boy, it
that,
was
that, that
cooking people.
yeah.
And now for him to be, for James to still be balling, because it's been times where, especially he got older, James wasn't always in the best of shape, or he didn't look like it. And people didn't think. I actually thought his career would be done, like a
That's what
few
I
years,
thought
few
too.
years
Yeah,
ago,
he
because he was
was.
getting all just,
Yeah.
But I mean, James could always pass the ball, and he has a high basketball IQ, right?
Hmm.
So once he left the Rockets and he started transitioning. Like when he went to Brooklyn, he started transitioning into a more of a true point guard.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
because yep.
And that's why, and that's You know, he led the league in assists, I think, like twice out of the last 3, 4 years. I mean, so he's still getting it done at an all NBA level. And looks like this year, though, he's kind of bringing the scoring back with it, too. So
Yeah,
uh,
I think. Yeah, I
shout out
think.
to him.
Yeah, I think James Harden. He just needs to like if he knows that we need to win more games and he needs to be more be more direct and start scoring more a little bit more like just
Right,
find his rhythm back let
right.
find his comfort spot
Right.
because once he finds his comfort spot, man,
Man,
listen,
listen. I think I
he
said James balling, man. He balling right now.
yeah, he balling
Look
because I
like he
think
turned back the clock a few years.
yep. And then while we're still on James Harden, I'm gonna read off his last 5 games real quick. So the first one was 25 points. He had 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 6 assists, 6 total rebounds, 6 defensive rebounds. He was 6 for 6 at the free throw, so he basically had 100%. He was 5 for 9 from the 3 point. Which giving him a 56 percentage. He was 7 for 17 from the field goal. Not bad. It's
Okay.
actually pretty decent. He actually lost, and that was OKC. Now facing Phoenix, they lost again. He played 41 minutes. That one, he had a rough night. That one, with 13, it was a rough night, but he did had 13 assists. He was 3 for 4 from the free throw line, shooting 75%. He was 2 for 10 from the 3 point line. Um, he was 4 for 15 from the field goal. If you go to the next game, which is 35 points, who was that? Who was that against? Against Atlanta. They lost against Atlanta, showing 35 points, 6 turnovers, 2 blocks, 11 assists, 10 rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 5 for 6 from the free throw line, shooting 83%. He was 6 for 14 from 3 point line. He was 12 for 23 from the field goal range, and then he had 39 minutes going against Denver. 30 minutes. He was 6 for 15 from the field goal, 1 for 6 from the three. He was 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Eight defensive rebounds, 8 rebounds total, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 23 points, and then he had a horrifically 41 points in the second overtime against Dallas. 51 minutes, 13 for 25 from the field goal, 52 field goal percentage. You 6 for 12 from the 3 point line, giving you 50%. He was 9 for 11, giving you 81%. 2 offensive rebounds, 12 defensive rebounds, 14 total rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers, 41 points.
Man,
Yo,
James is out there balling, man.
yo, I,
Yeah. James is out there balling, man. Like I say, shout out
that
to the
was his top.
OGs.
That was his top game performance right there.
Shout out to the OGs. You know what I mean? Like you said, KD out there balling. You know what I mean? KD out there giving out work too. Like he 21. You know what I mean? He out there doing it. Steph. Of course, LeBron hadn't came back yet. I mean, OG's out there balling, man. You know, it, it's a young,
Yeah.
it's a young man's league, but the OGs around the real OGs still out there balling. You know what I mean?
Yep. Speaking of OGs,
Unless you like Draymond, a different category, right? He's not
yeah.
obviously a superstar like that. Unless you getting dunked on by Wimby.
Yeah, let's get into that one real quick. Let's get into that one. Because what the hell think he is guarding a 7 foot 4 center and you get dunked on, bro?
With one hand, the offhand. I'm
Bro,
like,
and then here go Draymond like this. like just talking trash. He looking up like this. I'm like, dude, you just got
Wimby looked at
handled,
him
bro. You
like,
a baby. You a Gerber, dude. You a
man, I
Gerber.
knew it was over. When Draymond was looking at him and
Yeah.
he said something and they was locked up, and then Wimby looked down at him like what, like you know what I mean?
That's
And
what I'm
then
saying. That's what I'm
soon as
saying.
they threw that ball up, I said, "Oh my God, he shifted to
Because
the
Wimby
left."
was near the rim.
I
I
was,
don't know who inbound the ball. I don't know if it was Castle. I don't know if it was somebody else. I feel like it was Castle because he had the braider. He had the braider.
right,
Somebody threw that ball up in the air. He was like, "Oh, Draymond right there."
man.
Boom! I said, "Oh shit, Draymond,
He
you
he
just
took
got
that
clipped,
man
bro.
back.
You got clipped. You're all over social media on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You over everywhere, bro. You everywhere."
And I kind of
Um,
felt when that happened, I kind of was like, damn, maybe it's time for Draymond to hang it up.
Draymond, I'm starting to pack it up, brother. It's time to
It's
pack it
time
up.
to pack it up.
But
Because
not
Draymond's
but
like 37. You know what I mean? So it's like, and
yeah,
he's not really an offensive guy. So it's like,
he's more a defensive threat.
yeah, now it's like he kind of
Mhm.
looking like, I know it's Wimby, but it just seemed like it was time for him to
It's
pack it
hard to
up.
guard Wimby when you that short. But I mean, if he got the ball in his hands, then that's probably. I mean, Draymond may can do something with that, maybe. Well, but
Man, listen.
I got the full. So Steph Curry, that is the last OG, and then no, so we got Steph Curry, and then we got KD next. Curry against the Spurs, 49 points, 16 for 26 from the field goal, 9 3-pointers made. He's had two horrific nights against the Spurs twice,
He went back to back.
back to back games, averaging almost 50 in both games. Um, are we starting to see 2016 all over again? Because Steph Curry versus Spurs, 49, 16, 26, 9 3-pointers made. James Harden against the Mavs, 41, 14, and 11. Kevin Durant versus the Blazers, 30, 12, and 19, 3 pointers made. Russell Westbrook against the Timberwolves, 13, 10, and 14. Are we
Bro,
are
listen.
we are we witnessing 2016 all over again based off of what I just read to you? I feel like we're witnessing 2016 all over again.
Bro, look, bro
Maybe
is balling. Like he's balling. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, I lost you on there. He's balling, man. I mean, I was shocked. I mean, I know it's Steph, but bro, I was like, I saw the highlights from the first game, and then he did it the second game, and I was like, oh my god! If
we won by
anybody,
one
anyone
point
watching
last
the game,
game, and it was an in-season
man,
tournament. Right now we're
man,
eight and
and
six. We're
constantly
eight and
shooting the
six right now.
ball over, constantly shooting the ball, killing Wimby. Wimby never blocked Steph shot. He all in for the Olympics or
He
whether it's
never.
regular season.
He was close
He
to
be killing
blocking.
Wimby. Like
He
he be
was he
throwing
was
it
close
so
to
high
blocking
off the
that shit.
glass. Bro, he throw it so high off the glass and it goes in. He throws it so high on those drives that even Wimby can't get it.
Think about it. Curry, the way how Curry's in it, and I'm gonna explain how great Curry was in 2016 and 2015. Think about it. Curry is the type of player where he is like his only specialty is shooting. He's been shooting his whole life in college. He was a problem in college.
Right.
He came into the league. Yes, he wasn't. He had glass ankles. He was getting hurt left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He
His
did.
his shooting performance wasn't that good. And then back then Kobe was still around. But each time that these stars faced Kobe, there was their game changed facing Kobe. Like Kobe was that guy who was, like the, the only person where Kobe couldn't figure out was Kevin Durant, and he
Right.
spoke on that. Like he spoke on how he couldn't figure out Kevin Durant. He didn't have time to
Yeah.
figure him out.
Yeah, he did.
So
I saw that. I saw that. He
yeah,
spoke on like He was like he could not figure KD out. Well, he did. He said at first he could, like the first like 2 or 3 years,
Yeah, he couldn't
you
go
know.
left.
Yeah,
All
and he
he could
knew
do is
kind of.
right and
And that
pull up
KD
left.
though was it also correlates with that KD was like weaker. He was like you
That
know what
was
I'm
the
saying.
weaker version of KD.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got a little stronger once he started getting stronger and adding moves to his game.
It
Kobe,
started like he hitting crossovers now. He
right,
started picking up the speed.
right, he was able
If
to get
Kobe
bullied.
was still around to to witness KD before, then Kobe probably would have figured him out and stopped him.
Yeah, yeah,
Just how Kobe did it with with LeBron.
yeah.
Like Melo was a problem for him a little bit.
Hey, Melo
Who
was a problem for everybody though.
yeah,
Hey,
that dude was something else. I ain't even
the,
gonna
the
lie.
greats of the greats, like the last kid was like, man, look,
Man,
Melo. They hated guarding Melo. They say
you know what
guarding
we gonna do
Melo.
next segment? We gonna speak on Lamelo next time, man.
Okay, okay.
We gonna do a little history about Lamelo. I mean Melo Ball, Melo Anthony, and then also his son is in college and I'm playing for Syracuse,
Balling.
balling. His son balling, Kyan Anthony balling. I seen a few of his college clips. He doing good. He just got to keep his head on as well. Make sure he you know play smart.
Balling.
Um. Okay. So okay, we pretty much covered. I want to talk about that bullshit, bro. Patrick Beverly just got arrested for a damn felony assault in Texas.
Yeah, that'll get dropped. I mean that
Yeah,
he
he
got to get
posted
enough
his.
for you.
Yeah, he said it. Well, it said that he posted his 40,000 bail and expected to be released later today. That was 2 days
Yeah,
ago, so he
yeah.
got that shit.
And
It's,
that case will get dropped down, or if I drop down or dismissed.
yeah, that's why I was trying to bring that shit. I was like, nah, that's just Patrick Beverly dumbass.
Well, what it was, I his little sister was like 18 or something, or maybe not 18, and I think she was in the house with like an 18-year-old at late at night, and he came home or something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, he was just kind of protecting. You walk in, your little sister probably upstairs. She's probably getting smashed. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
mean, for real. That's probably what made him crash out. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And so it's something like I mean, we all been there. You know what I'm saying? We all been her age. You know what I mean? And then if you happen to have a brother or sister, I'm sure you've been through that too, where you had to hide. You know what I mean? So I was only child, so I didn't have to go through that. But I have been that age. You know what I mean? Where at 16,
yeah,
17, 18, we sneaking, we have people, parents gone, you know what I mean? Kind of sneaking people in the house and all that,
yeah, yeah. I
parents
remember
at
that.
work, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We've all been there.
yeah. All right. So we about at least 40 minutes into the show, so we're gonna get right into the Nico Harrison situation.
Fire, Nico. It
So
finally came true.
how do you feel about because you're in Houston right now, right? You living in
Right.
Houston.
No, I'm in Austin right now, but
Oh, my bad. You're in Austin. So how do you feel about like the whole ranting about fire Nico Harrison, despite what he did, trading Luca off and then requiring Anthony Davis, and see how Anthony Davis is injured again.
yes, of
Um,
course. I mean, I, I mean, he rolled the dice and he shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Ain't
mhm.
no way I'm trading Luka Doncic. Like for what? You know what I mean? This dude is first team All NBA for his first 5 out of 6 years, I believe. And he still was only 25 at the time. What are you doing? Why are we trading this guy? I don't give a damn if he ain't in shape or not. You could have been like, you know what? Better way of handling that. If all you wanted him to do was get in shape, you know what I'm saying? The guy, Ali. I mean, but even if he didn't get in shape, 5 years in a row at first team All NBA, including, you know what I'm saying? Why would you trade this guy? I
Yeah.
mean, and even Dallas loved this man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the city of Dallas. My God, Luca was like a god. You know what I mean?
That was their savior.
Yeah, I
They feel
mean,
like
just
Luka was gonna
he
bring them a
loved
ring
him. I
one
mean,
day.
just his game. Just he came there when he was 19. You know what I'm saying? He was the city
And he
loved
played
him.
with Dirk.
Yeah. So when
He
you
played with
come in,
Dirk.
that's why Dirk loved him so much. So it's like you have to notice, you have to take all this into account if you're a general manager. You know what I mean? So firing, it's more than just about basketball or more than whatever personal feeling you might think as a GM this guy needs to do. This league is about performance and superstars. It's the
Exactly.
NBA. You know what I mean? And you're trading away that for I'm not really talking about Anthony Davis. I'm not trading for Anthony Davis. That for often injured 31, 32-year old center. And of course, the Cooper Flag thing, they just got lucky with that. So, Cooper's young, he's good, but shit, he might not ever be Luca. You know what I mean? So, I
Luka is
mean, so now
Luka.
your team is bottom of the West. You know what I'm saying? Luca had y'all in the finals. You know what I mean? And so,
He
yeah.
literally had y'all in the finals. He can do that shit again, but you just had to
And
like,
then the bottom line is being affected as well. Uh Man, people were pissed. Yeah, people were still going to the game, but people were mad. They wasn't going to a lot of games after that happened.
yeah,
Merchandise sales went down. The city itself was pissed. I mean, the fans and I mean everything you would see on social media or the news, it was really like that. Fire Nico signs outside the arena. Uh so I mean, he had to know this was coming. It was either they had to win the chip last year. That's the only way this wasn't coming. You know what I
exactly.
mean? That's the only way. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
once the owners saw like, damn, why did he do this? Why did we let him do this? He gotta go.
yeah,
So
cause and then people don't forget this because um they actually had police and security people outside of his front house because
yeah.
people were trying to figure out where he lived because they wanted to go burn his house down because
Right.
people were furious.
Right.
So they had to really, he had to have protection so that he
Right.
could, because think about it, like if you trade a player that was supposed to be a franchise player after Dirk Nowitzki, who
Right.
literally played with Dirk Nowitzki.
Right.
Dirk Nowitzki showed him the ropes, and he became just phenomenally the best. Okay, but then he takes you guys to the finals, almost beat the Boston Celtics, but came short. So and then you blame because of his conditional health and then his weight loss and then his weight gain, which can easily be fixed if he stayed with you guys. If you truly think that defensive play can win games, it's true, it can. But offensively, it's the scoring ability.
Yeah.
It's the
Dudes
scoring
like
ability.
Luca don't need to play
It's
defense like
teamwork.
that.
You sound like Luka can play defense too, but he's a great offensive threat. You
Yeah.
cannot stop him offensively.
I mean, he's the kind of offensive player that he don't need to play defense.
He don't need
To
to
be
play defense.
honest, you know what I
No.
mean? Like that's not what he's there for. You know what I mean? So that's another reason that was a dumb trade. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
it don't surprise me at all that dude got fired. Uh, I mean, it always felt like a matter of when. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Mhm.
if, it was always a matter of when. Ever since that trade went down. When we're gonna fire him. You know what I mean? At about when that trade went down and the shock that it sent, you know what I'm saying, just around the league itself. You even had all the
Yeah.
players shocked. It was just like I think it was an instant mistake. realized by like ownership. You know what I mean? Like instantly. But at that point, the tube was out. Toothpaste was out the tube. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so it wasn't any going back.
I don't think no, because I remember I was asked this question like who think is gonna win that trade. To be honest, neither won that trade because
Right.
they both fell apart. They both fell short at the
Right.
same time. And then on top of that, when you're releasing a futuristic point guard who is going to be a franchise player,
Right.
you have no point guard after that. So
Right.
now Kyrie is going to have to fill in that role too. So he's
Right.
back at his role as a point guard,
Right.
and then but now Kyrie gets hurt, and not only that, you got to trade up. Now you need another point guard to fill in that role until he comes back. So
They
they end
tried
up,
D Russell, but he's no good after like the first 5 games of the season.
yeah, no. And then AD's hurt, so now you have no other. And bro, they put you at a power forward position, your original position.
That he asked for.
How are you getting hurt, dude? That's
He,
what I you
he
got.
asked for him. That's why he didn't mind being traded from the Lakers because he wanted to play power forward.
Because they had him at center. They had him
And
at center, and
now
then
he's
and then
hurt.
then they had Jackson Hayes as a power forward. I think they had him at power forward. They had somebody at power forward. He played center.
Yep.
And I thought that some games he may be a power forward, and they may have somebody come at center because he can switch off.
Right.
But he's mainly a power forward, really.
Right.
To think
Right.
about, he's played power forward his whole career in New Orleans, playing with DeMarcus Cousins. Because Cousins was a center and he played
Yeah.
power forward, and that was the, what I'm saying, that was the big two. That
Yeah.
DeMarcus, Biggie, Boogie, and the Brown.
They played well together too. They
Yeah.
did. They were unstoppable.
That like literally Pelicans was a crazy team because you had Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. Those two were a problem. You couldn't
Yeah.
get to the rim past those two. If you got past Cousins, you gotta do with AD. If you get
Yep.
past AD, you gotta deal with Cousins. And Cousins, that dude, is
Man,
physical.
before that injury, Cousins was it. You know what I mean? Shoot, Cousins is a baller now. A lot of
Yeah.
people tend to forget.
People need to realize that some of these players where like AD, LeBron, Curry, Rajon Rondo, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, DeMar
Right.
DeRozan, Derrick Rose, Klay Thompson, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Damian Lillard. A lot of these great players, they were phenomenally the best.
Right.
Okay, they were the best. But then as things gets older and players getting a little older, things are starting to die down. And now
Oh yeah.
their gameplay changes throughout the years.
Right.
So like Dame Lillard, he's still shooting threes as he normally does. Curry's still
Right.
the same, still shooting threes. LeBron, he just gets more smarter.
Yeah.
LeBron gets more smart. His IQ is better now.
Yeah.
Russ Westbrook, he's back to his old self again.
Playing
You
free.
know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then James Harden, he found himself again.
Yeah.
The step back king.
Well,
And then you got KD, who is starting to find his role again. We'll see more
no, he
games coming
balling.
to.
He just, I mean, and he's in a perfect situation because he don't have to lead the team in scoring. I mean, he got a bunch of other
No, he
dogs,
don't.
and he don't have to be the main defensive stopper. I mean, they got a bunch of defensive players, so that's why going to Houston was a great fit for him because he just got to go out there and get buckets. Yeah, and then some nights they can low manage him. You know what I mean? If he wants, you know what I mean. But I don't think the KD be down with the low management too much. He like to get out there. He love the ball all the time.
No, no, because I feel like him going to the Rockets was probably a good move because he ain't got to be the top person to
Yeah,
score.
yeah, yeah. It was a good move, a great move, man, for him. Uh, you know, great
Hmm.
move.
Yeah, because think about you got Amin Thompson, Jabari Smith, you got Singun, you got
So go,
Sinjin
yeah.
Alfred, uh, Steven Adams, who is a really good offensive board. You won't be grabbing boards as much as you normally do. And then you also got Shepard, who is a
Young up and
secondary
coming.
point guard, and then Fred VanVleet, who be coming back from his injury. So you got another point guard, and then
We're probably gonna trade for another. The Rockets will probably trade for a point or something, or bring in another point guard, either through
if they do bring
trade.
in a new guard, then I mean, yeah,
Because
because
Van Fleet, he's out. He ain't coming back this year. He just tore
oh
that.
yeah, for the whole season.
Yeah, he just tore that Achilles like a month before training camp. You know what I mean? So
Oh wow.
yeah, yeah, and
I
then
thought he was gonna come back because
no,
I'm because in my mom thinking like he's probably gonna come back, but
uh,
you said Achilles injury. I'm like, okay, yeah, so
yeah, and he
he
just
ain't gonna
tore
come
it
back.
like over the summer. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like he tore it like earlier last season. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah,
like,
that's my
oh,
question. That's literally my question. Why
yeah,
do why do players take it to the extreme and then they get hurt over the offseason? That
I
that
don't
that shit
know.
pisses me off because what
I don't know.
what are y'all doing, dude?
And that's what it was too. I think it was like in like a pickup game or some type of practice or something.
Y'all gotta relax. It's a
Right.
pickup game, man. It's a pickup game, dude. Y'all can't take that
Man,
shit.
back in the day, 80s, 90s and shit like that, man, dudes didn't even touch the ball. Once the season ended, they go out and just never touch the ball again until a training camp. And that's how a lot of dudes got back in shape. You know what I mean? They waited till training camp. They didn't do none of this balling in the off season.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, not to this level. Like, you know what I'm saying? These
no.
guys are working out every day, balling every day. Like, these dudes literally drink beer and whatever else, all summer and start shooting the ball around like 2 weeks for training camp. And then they'll go to training camp and get in shape,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Um, let's see. What else? What else do I got? Is there? Is there? Oh, wait, yeah. So there was a new update that LA may hire Nico Harrison, the
They
Lakers.
might because, listen, in some type of capacity, I mean, he made a bad trade, but I mean, but I think, I don't know if he worked for the Lakers at one point, but I know he worked for Nike before he became, I guess, a general manager. And that's how he kind of got on the NBA side. Basically, him and Kobe was real cool. Him and Kobe was really cool because he worked. Nico came up through from Nike. You know what I mean? Working for Nike. So him and Kobe were. I'm
Mhm.
talking about really cool from the time. Kobe. He was working with Kobe when Kobe was a kid. You know what I mean? So Nico has those type of connections in the league, and I mean the guy's he knows some stuff. So I mean hiring him, at some type of capacity of an executive. I mean, not a bad move. I mean, I don't know how Luca will feel about that. I mean, Luca might still be a little pissed from the
Yeah,
trade, but who knows?
yeah. I was just digging that too because um when 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 I heard that the LA was going to be hiring Nico Harrison, I
All right.
I kid you not, a lot of people on social media was like, "Oh shit, hang up his jersey, man. He finna make us proud. He gonna trade Luca back to Dallas. he gonna and then they gonna fire Nico. They're going back to you. Feel me? Like
don't
I,
let him.
I
Don't
was
hey, don't
already
let him in
seeing
the
it.
art.
People
Hey,
making AI, pictures of him trading.
listen.
Like, dude,
If
oh
I'm him, though, if I'm not bringing him in because I don't want to in any way, in any capacity, and I know it's business, right? But I'm not bringing him in. I'm not pissing off Luca in any way. Even if Luca's like, oh, it's cool.
no,
I'm like, no, I'm not throwing off the vibe of what he has got going on. Luca seems happy. He's back. I mean, he's loving LA. I'm not bringing in Nico. I mean, I'm sure he's still pissed at Nico. Nico cost him,
Hell yeah, he
millions of
pissed.
dollars. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, he pissed.
I'm
Yeah.
here by myself. Well, okay, I'll move.
All right. Um, we got we got two more things we gonna speak on, and then we gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah,
Um.
we got a couple of speak up. We'll wrap it up. Hey, I got a special guest, and she has a prediction for who's going to win the NBA championship. Who do you
Oh
think will win?
man.
Say it. Say it. Name a team. Just say anybody. Say the Rockets. I tried to bring us in a special guest. Special. Tried to bring us in a special spoke guest to the podcast. Uh, but so yeah, man. What's next?
Let's speak on the youngest duo with the same game triple doubles. San Antonio,
All right.
Wemby and Stephon Castle, both 21 years old. Youngest duo with the same game triple doubles, and they compared them to Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan.
I
Young
love that
players
duo. So
with the same game triple doubles. So that's crazy because you got two guys that's the same age. They're both young,
right,
and then they every game they played, they've had triple doubles
right,
total.
man.
So
I,
when
I,
you
I oh, go ahead.
when you look at that, you can because I don't know. How Scottie Pippen and Jordan was when they was sharing stat lines together.
Right.
So if you want to shine some light on that real quick, just kind of give me some pointers of how Scottie Pippen and Jordan was back in the day.
They had good games. I mean, it'd be games where it was a lot of times where Jordan would have his 35, 6 and 8. You know what I mean, and then Scotty would be right there with 32, 6 and 8. You know what I mean, and
Mm.
sometimes I think they had a couple 40-40 games each. But they used to ball. But that was different because you're basically like a two guard and a forward. You know what I mean? Both, but this is a 7'6" alien uh in a two guard, you know what I mean? But they're
Mm.
playing like both guards, you know what I mean? Wemby plays like a damn guard when he needs to
I was
be.
just saying the same thing.
Yeah, so I mean, but this duo, man, I love it. You know what I mean? Castle's a baller. I remember seeing his 1 year in college when he was at UConn. They won a chip. I was like, okay, this kid's a baller. He don't need to be in college. Like he had the build already. You know what I mean? And just kind of where you can see where he had a lot of room for growth. To where he could be a really good NBA player, and he's progressing along with that. And yeah, man, that the Scottie Pippen and Jordan, they would have games where real Batman and Robin type thing. You know what I mean? Um, but this young duo in San Antonio, seems to be clicking, man, and clicking really well. And San Antonio is a problem. They are a problem real early, and they got a
Hmm.
lot of young ballers. Young ballers. So but yeah, man, that duo is. I mean, San Antonio's back really fast.
Yeah, yeah. That's we were just talking about that too. That how we know how good San Antonio Spurs is,
Right.
and if Wemby is healthy enough, then we are going to see a really good Spurs team.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And the fact that they just required De'Aaron Fox and they
Right.
gave him a contract for him to stay longer with the Spurs.
Yeah, they gave him a
That's
max. They just gave him a
yeah,
max.
they gave
Last
him a
at
nice
when they
contract. So you're
traded
gonna get
for him.
them boys.
So he's coming back. He ain't going nowhere.
Look, look, listen. All I
And
know is
he's
that
still young. He's like 26.
we may see another ring in San Antonio Spurs. We
Soon,
may see another ring, but we gonna you know what I'm saying?
sooner
We
than
gonna wait
later.
and see. Wait
So
and see.
man, yeah, sooner
Uh,
than later, man. Sooner than later. Look at you. I see. Look at you. Yeah, man. We're gonna have a ring sooner than later. See us
Exactly.
easy and yeah.
Um, do you want to speak on the $50 fine from Joel Embiid making a little gesture?
They
You
gave him a
want
fine for that.
they gave him a fine for that dumb shit.
He did the what is that? That's one of wrestling groups used to do that. The DX or something I think it's called.
Yeah,
They get. I mean, Embiid no better than that though. And
he got fined fifty
sometimes
thousand for it.
the league, the NBA, sometimes it picks and chooses. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't actually see it. Was it on a primetime game or something? Was it on a primetime game?
I
So where they were like, "Look, you can't be doing that," or was it like on like a
let me see if I can.
Tuesday night, game where no one's was watching? Oh, I see it right there. Oh, so
Yeah,
that was doing the NBA. That was doing the tournament.
then
Cause
it's
I
in
see the
tournament.
floor. So yeah, they wasn't with that.
Yeah, and he was just doing boom. Like I'm like, dude, that's a fine right there. That's $50,000, dude.
Man,
I don't know how much money it's gonna be, but I know I know it's a damn fine. I know
man.
it's a fine that they gonna
Hey,
give me.
but that's good though. That mean he feeling good. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to look out there, you see you feeling good because the dude always hurt anyway and shit like that. So I mean, to see him out there like engaged, doing good, talking a little crap, that's an encouraging sign. It's better than him falling down, being hurt, which happens
Yeah,
often.
yeah. All right, you pretty much just covered everything. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Okay. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect,
Fire,
perfect.
Nico. Fire,
Fire
Nico.
Nico, yes sir. I've been waiting for the boy to get fired. Waiting for it. I even called. I said that dude gonna get fired one day.
Man, hey, that dude was fired when he signed off on that trade.
I
It was
knew it.
over. It
At
was
some
over there.
point, the front office had to let him go. But if you guys have stayed till the end of the Basketball Truth and Knowledge podcast, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, put on post notifications so you can get whenever I post a video or I go live. If I do go recording, just wait. Just make sure that you got your notification on so that you can get a recording video that was posted. If you guys got some family members or coworkers, whoever who watches basketball, make sure you share my channel worldwide. So we can get some more viewers coming in.
Let's
Make
do
sure we
it.
get some more subscribers coming in. Because right now we're at 26 subscribers. We got some decent viewers. Watching. Watching the videos and everything.
Let's run it up.
Just saying, just run it up because right now our goal is to get to 100 subscribers. Right now, get to 100. That is our goal. That's our milestone. If we can get to 100, that is a celebration right there, and hopefully we can grind even, expand even more. Sadly our co-host, he has stuff to do, so he wasn't able to come on. But hopefully we can
He's
get
at
him
the
on.
beach. Oh, he's at the beach, everybody.
He at the beach.
He's at the
Let him
beach.
have his fun. Let him
Let
have
him
his
have
fun. We're
his
gonna catch
day.
him on next show.
He at the beach with
Next
his
Sunday.
wife. You know how that go. He had to go.
Let him have his fun, you know what I'm saying? But stay tuned for next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. For you will be 11:30.
Yes, sir.
We'll figure out, what's gonna be the next show. But the next segment is going to be about Carmelo Anthony. We're gonna speak about his prime time. With
His legacy.
with Denver and with the Knicks. We're gonna talk about his past, and then figure out what the juicy topic of the episode.
Yes, sir.
That's it. We're wrapping it up today, and I wish you guys to have a blissful Sunday. If you're watching football, Whatever team you got going on, go team. For me, it's go Bills. Go Bills. My Bills is playing right now. I'm about to go watch that with my girl. I'm gonna have some fun. But in the meantime, it's been the Basketball Truth and Knowledge. I'm your co-host Aramis.
CP.
We out. Love
We
y'all.
out. See
Have
y'all
a good
next
day.
week. Yep.